we go to these corporate strategy retreats, what tends to be the number one priority that we talk about? Top line or bottom line or some sort of financial metric, right? So our goal is to make money, right? The purpose of our organization is to make money. Of course, that's not true, but a lot of people, because we talk about it so much, that's, I think, really what we're communicating. If we know this is what we're after, and if we know that we need, customers, and this is the market, and this is the projects we want to take on, how are we going to get those customers? Well, what kind of a product are we going to provide for our customers? What kind of a service are we going to provide? How are we going to make it more efficient? And I have found, and again, this has been my experience, but I found that these three priorities tend to consume the vast majority of the airtime when we're talking about our strategic priorities. Are we missing anything? Oh yeah, people! And it's almost like an afterthought. It's like towards the end of the day, a hush comes over the room. And somebody says, wait a minute, how are we gonna do all this? And all eyes turn on the HR guy. Get us the people, bring them in. Do they have a pulse? Can they fog up a mirror? Get them in the door. Anytime we talk about people, it's always about headcount. Most organizations think about their strategic priorities in this way. When people in the organization believe and know that this is how the organization ranks their strategic priorities, what kind of conclusions do you think people are going to come to? Is it any surprise that employee engagement is so sadly low? And can we really blame our millennials for jumping around from employer to employer looking for something better than this? And is it any surprise that our managers and our executives don't have time to develop their people because they're focused on priorities 1 through 3? And in fact, it's priorities 1 through 3 that they're held accountable for. We have a serious priority problem. Now, when I was doing the research for my book, I interviewed over 50 different organizations. A lot of these organizations were doing a lot of great things, but you know what? Of those 50, I only found 5 that had world-class people development programs. Earl's has a world-class people development program. Here are Earl's top strategic priorities. They believe that if they select the right people, if they develop them, and if they engage them, the financial results will follow. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a caveat here. I don't think that they're actually saying that people are necessarily their most important priority or their top priority. Because I don't think you can argue that. I don't think you can argue that because, you know what, a business will die if it doesn't have any customers. A business will die if it doesn't have a constant revenue stream. What I believe Earl's in other exceptional organizations are saying is that people are their first priority in a sequence of equally important priorities that culminates with profit. And that sequence looks very similar to our old list of strategic priorities, just turned 90 degrees. Except it's not complete. It needs something else to make it work. What should drive all of our strategic priorities in the direction of the organization? Purpose. Purpose has this magical effect on people. What it does is it motivates and engages people in a way that the pursuit of profit never will. Mediocre organizations view profit as an end in and of itself. Exceptional organizations view profit as a means to an end. Their profit fuels their purpose. They need profit so that they can fulfill their purpose better next year. That's why exceptional organizations want profit. And when you take a look at this sequence, the strategic priority sequence, the correct alignment of strategic priorities, you realize this isn't simply a sequence. This is actually a cycle. Exceptional organizations are purpose-driven, they are people first, and they are profit-fueled. And they are pretty much the only organizations that can have a world-class people development program because this problem goes away.